Today we're taking a closer look at the brand new Mercedes-Benz CLA shooting brake, now entering its third generation, and for the first time ever, it arrives as a fully electric shooting brake. After launching the electric CLA sedan in 2025, Mercedes-Benz is expanding the lineup with this elegant and practical wagon version for 2026. And while the price might seem high at first glance, this car has something very few rivals can offer. It's almost alone in its segment as a premium electric shooting brake. Today we're testing the top-of-the-range CLA 350 4MATIC, which comes with two electric motors and a combined 354 horsepower. Mercedes focused on three main goals with its newest electric vehicles: comfort, long driving range, and faster charging times. To achieve that, the CLA shooting brake is built on the brand-new Mercedes modular architecture. This platform supports multiple powertrains. The CLA can be offered either as a fully electric model or with 48-volt mild hybrid technology. But the electric version benefits from a major advantage: an 800-volt electrical architecture. That means extremely fast charging and improved efficiency. The CLA 350 4MATIC uses two electric motors to deliver all-wheel drive and impressive performance. Mercedes claims a WLTP driving range of up to 727 kilometers, which is only 28 kilometers less than the CLA sedan. And charging is extremely fast. With the right high-power charging station, the car can recover more than 300 kilometers of range in just 10 minutes. That makes the CLA shooting brake a very capable long-distance electric cruiser. For its third generation, the shooting brake keeps the same design formula as the previous versions. Its overall dimensions remain very close to the CLA sedan, but the car has grown slightly. It is now 4 centimeters longer and 2.5 centimeters wider. However, this extra size doesn't always translate into more space inside the cabin. Up front, the CLA features sporty one-piece bucket seats. They provide good comfort while still delivering solid support during spirited driving. You can also position them quite low, which helps emphasize the car's dynamic character. The chassis uses adaptive suspension with two main modes: comfort and sport. Sport mode reduces body movement, but it isn't overly aggressive. In fact, during testing on the winding roads of Mallorca, an even firmer setting would have helped reduce the sensation of weight even more. Still, the overall handling remains very well controlled, just as you'd expect from Mercedes. Thanks to the dual-motor all-wheel drive system, the CLA offers strong traction. However, during our early drive on slightly damp roads, the rear briefly stepped out when exiting a roundabout. The electronic stability control quickly corrected the slide, although it activated with a small delay. Interestingly, this revealed that the car can show a pleasantly playful oversteer balance when driven enthusiastically. One downside is the steering. The electric steering system feels quite neutral with limited feedback from the road. On highways, the experience becomes extremely relaxed. If you disable the artificial sound effects, which can sometimes sound unusual, the cabin becomes very quiet. Activate the semi-autonomous driving assists, and the CLA simply glides along the road. At around 80 kilometers per hour, the car shifts into its second transmission ratio, which is more noticeable than in the rear-wheel drive version. This second gear helps reduce energy consumption, especially during highway driving. It also increases towing capacity, which reaches 1,800 kilograms. Mercedes claims an official WLTP efficiency of 13.6 kilowatt-hours per 100 kilometers. That figure actually seems quite realistic. On highways, drivers should easily manage around 300 kilometers between charging stops when using the typical range from 80% down to 20% battery. So long road trips should not be a problem. The CLA also offers 3 levels of regenerative braking. Drivers select them using the gear selector stalk. Still, steering wheel paddles would have been more intuitive. The lightest setting allows the car to coast almost freely, while the strongest mode enables one-pedal driving, bringing the vehicle to a complete stop. Between those two, the standard D mode provides the most natural engine braking feel. There is also an automatic regeneration mode, which adjusts braking strength depending on road conditions and traffic. The onboard AC charger supports 11 kilowatts with an optional 22 kilowatt upgrade. For fast charging, the CLA can reach up to 320 kilowatts on 800-volt DC chargers. However, charging on 400-volt chargers, including many Tesla superchargers, requires a special adapter. That adapter costs about €700, and according to Mercedes, about half of customers choose to buy it. On those chargers, maximum charging power drops to 100 kilowatts. Despite the larger exterior dimensions, only the front passengers gain extra room. Leg room in the front increases by just 1.1 centimeters. In the rear seats, however, knee room and shoulder space actually decrease slightly. Battery packaging also reduces trunk capacity to 455 liters compared with 485 liters in the previous model. But there's a useful bonus. The CLA includes a front trunk with 101 liters of storage, large enough to fit 2 carry-on suitcases. A panoramic glass roof comes standard, and it can optionally darken electronically across 9 different segments. At night, the star pattern in the glass roof even matches the cabin's ambient lighting color scheme. Inside, the dashboard is dominated by a very vertical screen layout. There are 3 displays in total, one for the driver, one central infotainment screen, and an optional passenger display. However, the passenger screen cannot be turned off individually, and it comes bundled in an option package that also includes connected services, illuminated door stills, and dual-zone climate control. Most comfort controls are located on the central touchscreen, which isn't always convenient, especially when adjusting climate settings. Some shortcuts remain visible at the bottom of the screen, and voice commands can help. There are also a few usability quirks. Part of the central display can be blocked by the steering wheel and the driver's right hand, making navigation instructions harder to see. The augmented reality navigation display, which appears at intersections, is also difficult to use. It would have been more effective if it were integrated into the head-up display. The steering wheel now mostly uses physical buttons, but one touch-sensitive control pad can still be triggered too easily by accident. Thankfully, Mercedes kept physical buttons below the central air vents for key functions like drive modes, camera views, and multimedia volume. The electric CLA shooting brake is available in 4 trim levels and 3 powertrain options. The entry-level CLA 200 starts around €49,450 and can reach €58,050 in higher trims. The CLA 250 Plus ranges from €55,700 to €63,500. And the CLA 350 4MATIC, the version tested here, starts at €64,950 and can reach €72,750. Our AMG line car costs about €69,750 before options. Yes, it's expensive, but in the premium electric wagon segment, competition is limited. The upcoming BMW i3 will only be available as a sedan. The BMW i5 Touring and Audi A6 Avant e-Train both belong to a larger and more expensive category. Surprisingly, one of the closest alternatives comes from France, the Peugeot E308 SW, but it costs less, starting around €45,000, and offers only one motor and a shorter range of about 444 kilometers WLTP. The new Mercedes CLA Shooting Brake Electric delivers impressive range, extremely fast charging, and strong long-distance comfort. It may not be perfect, especially when it comes to interior ergonomics and rear passenger space, but for drivers looking for a premium electric wagon with sporty character, this CLA might currently be one of the most unique choices on the market.